Lots of times at some cattle sales, you will have people that will be measuring scrotal circumference in older bulls. And this is a function of a BSE. You're always going to have to measure the scrotal circumference. But when you have a 3 or a 4 or a 5-year-old bull, all that scrotal circumference does is just tell you how big are his testicles and how much semen can he store. It really doesn't tell you any indication about this bull's rate of sexual maturity, okay? The other thing the veterinarian or reproductive physiologist will do is after he takes that measurement and writes it down, he'll compare it on a chart. He'll need to know the age of the bull, and then he'll compare that scrotal circumference measurement. Now sometimes in some breeds, like some of the Bos Indicus breeds for example, or even in Limousine, the scrotal circumference measurement may tend to be a little bit smaller than what's recommended for that age. And that's really kind of a developmental process. I know that we can select for cattle for larger scrotal circumference measurements within those breeds, but really it's kind of a guideline to look at. Then as we get the bull in the chute, your veterinarian or reproductive physiologist will put a glove on, go into the bull's rectum, and will palpate the accessory glands to make sure that the accessory glands that are in are the same, are not swollen, that they feel normal. There's no obstruction. May palpate those accessory glands a little bit. The bull may extend his penis out of his sheath a little bit at that time, and you can also use a visual evaluation. Pull the penis out. Make sure that there's not a tie, which particularly in young bulls, what's called a persistent frenulum, where the tip of the penis, there's actually a piece of skin that pulls the tip of the penis back so that instead of allowing that bull to ejaculate forward into that cow's vagina, that tip of that penis is pulled back and he's actually ejaculating back out of the cow's vagina, back towards him when he is actually breeding the cow. That can be fixed very easily. That can be cut with a scalpel and straightened out. It might also look for what's called a hair ring. Young bulls that have been raised with other young bulls, as they reach sexual maturity, they get excited, sexually excited, they ride each other, they extend their penises, they gather up hair off the back of the hindquarters, and they develop a hair ring. Some of these hair rings can be very, very painful. They get to be very, very tight. Just imagine a rubber band wrapped very tightly around your hand, around your wrist, and you know the indentation that it makes on your hand, and just imagine what it would be on a bull's penis made out of hair. It can cause an abrasion, it actually causes bleeding, it can cause an infection, prevent this bull from breeding a cow. He might be a very fertile bull, but he doesn't want to breed a cow. There's also chances of ulceration, carcinomas. In some parts of the country, a bull that's been out with cows, he may have picked up a sticker burr or sticker burrs and run those sticker burrs back up into his sheath. He may have got a thorn from being lazy, and at that point, all those evaluations can be made prior to collection of an ejaculate.